My name is Angela Miskis, and I am an artist, a community organizer, and the founder of Abuela Neighborhood Maintenance. We do community cleanups in Southeast Queens, specifically Hollis and Queens Village. And I got involved in the neighborhood during the pandemic because I started working from home. And so all the time that I didn't spend commuting, I was able to invest into my community. The problem I identified in my neighborhood was illegal dumping. When I noticed that the littering problem was getting worse due to the pandemic and the budget cuts, I decided to do something about it. I started first in my neighborhood on Francis Lewis, but eventually I realized that the problem was much too big for one person to tackle, so that's when I decided to learn how to do community cleanups. I was inspired by my grandmother, who used to do the same work in my neighborhood in Ecuador. When I spoke to her about the project, she just said that her motivation was only because she wanted to live in a clean neighborhood. And that to me was super important because I felt that that was good enough for me to also start getting involved in my community. The sanitation department was actually very friendly. The process was pretty easy. All I had to do was submit a form and request the tools that I needed, tell them where I was gonna be doing the cleanup and the locations where they can go and pick up the bags after the cleanup. Then I have to organize and find a volunteer. For all of that, I just use social media. So through Instagram, I started promoting the cleanups and through email lists, and I asked the person, DJ Ned, who helped me learn how to do this, to also promote the event. And that's how I slowly started getting volunteers to the group. I create a flyer. I set the time, usually on a weekend, Saturday or Sunday, and the cleanups usually take 2 hours. I give myself about a week and a half to promote the event. I set up an Eventbrite, and that's where people sign up and register. And usually I'm able to get about 10 to 15 volunteers per event. People will show up and they will tell you how thankful they are that someone in the area is also concerned like they are.
This is part of the trash dumping that we deal with on a daily basis. We clean up, by the next day, 2 days sometimes, there's new garbage. I'm just so grateful that I'm linked up with you guys and that I'm actually doing something for my community and not just talking about it.
First of all, the easiest thing that anyone can do is just make sure that their bag, the trash bag, when they take it out to be picked up, is completely closed and sealed. Another thing is just take the trash with you. You can reach out to 311, you can reach out to the sanitation department, to the sanitation foundation, and they all have ways for you to organize your own cleanup. And so every time someone asks a question or they just want to get involved, I just provide as much resources as I can and just try to guide them the same way that DJ Ned was able to guide me. With enough persistence, with enough examples of people actually caring for the area and showing that there's an awareness happening, other people will also become involved and maybe start taking their own actions as well.
Mi nombre es Guadalupe Jiménez, yo soy de México, tengo 5 años en este país y me dedico a la construcción. La jornada yo la empiezo antes de las 7 de la mañana, ya tenemos que estar en nuestro trabajo, ya tenemos que ir vestida con nuestro casco, con nuestras botas. Cuando llegamos a nuestro edificio, el foreman nos dice qué es lo que tenemos que hacer, nos distribuye las actividades. A las 12 tenemos nuestra hora de comida, a las 3:10, 3:20 ya nos regresamos a casa. A mí me gusta mucho ser mujer y estar en la construcción porque nosotras pues tenemos muchas capacidades que la sociedad siempre está como etiquetando de que tú no puedes hacer eso porque no eres eso. Entonces me siento muy bien porque rompo con ese paradigma. Ni soy ni la única ni la primera, pero sí me siento muy satisfecha con un trabajo que aparte me gusta mucho. No sé, es como hacer arte, me encanta. El haber estado en la construcción como mujer, me he enfrentado al acoso laboral, al acoso sexual, al robo de salario, accidentes de trabajo, que obviamente mi salud se ha visto afectada. Se supone que los jefes nos deben de dar la máscara, los guantes y tampoco lo hacen. Eso corre a cuenta de nosotros. Por el hecho de ser mujer, sí se potencializa más el tema del pago de salario, porque aunque a veces hacemos lo mismo o más, siempre, al menos en esta industria, a los hombres se les paga y se les reconoce más. Como mujeres también tenemos la mala fortuna de que muchas veces somos víctimas de acoso por parte de nuestro supervisor. ¿Qué me pasó a mí? Que yo estaba trabajando muy a gusto, mi jefe luego me dice que mi trabajo está lindo, está maravilloso, y al otro día me dice que mi trabajo es una mierda. Y empezó con insinuaciones, decirme palabras incómodas, entonces a veces yo me quedaba callada, a veces le decía que no me estuviera diciendo cosas así. Y cuando vio que yo no le iba a hacer caso, pues tomó una represalia y me sacó. Me afectó mucho emocionalmente, me deprimí, me dio impotencia. Yo no tenía el conocimiento que yo lo podía haber denunciado ante la compañía directamente y que ellos tienen el deber y la responsabilidad de inmediatamente removerlo de ahí. Denunciar un acoso no es fácil. Generalmente pensamos cómo podemos hacer para no perder nuestro trabajo, pero hay veces que no te quedan opciones, que por rechazar la persona toma una represalia contra ti y te quita de ahí del trabajo. Bueno, mi consejo para las mujeres es que se pongan muy atentas, que si pueden documenten con mensajes, lo comenten con otra compañera, pongan como evidencias, pongan como testigos, para que si tienen que denunciar ese acoso tengan los elementos para poder probar.
We try to recycle as much as we possibly can. We try to minimize the output of trash that we make. We try to limit our consumer and our consumer waste and side products of that.
Creo que sí hace falta educación en valores en las familias, especialmente en este área ambiental. Creo que también el país apoya una mentalidad individualista, donde yo hago lo que me es más conveniente.
It sounds silly, but it's, when you finish your gum, you're tired of it, don't throw it on the sidewalk, wrap it up. Find a garbage can, put it in there, or put it in your bag till you get a garbage can.
I think that most people feel a sense of responsibility because I think most people in general, as you grow up, are aware that your actions have an impact not only on your own life but on people around you, because we live in a highly globalized, highly interconnected society, right? So everything that we do affects someone else.